Um, it's a pretty long story. So my sister used to do pageants back when she was like a teenager, and one of the pageant judges was in charge of Santa Fe Fashion Week. So he invited her to do a model call, a model audition. So she went to the model audition, so I went with her, and I think I was in 7th grade. And then he did a model call again the following year when I was in 8th grade, and I still went. I never made the fashion shows because I was always like, I don't know, I think it was because I was just too young. And
Hmm.
then right like years later, once I graduated from high school, he recontacted me and he wanted to work with me again and do a photo shoot. And that's how it kind of like led from one to another with modeling.
Wow, that's amazing. And then of course you're still doing it even now.
Yes, yes.
Um, and then I noticed you worked on a recent film project. So talk about that.
So that was for Broadway Bound Live, if that was what you're looking at.
I believe so, yes. And then I think
Okay.
you did was when a murder project, a murder story.
Oh, that one right there. So that was a short film that I did. I got my first IMDb credit for that. Um, the director, his name is David. He wrote he wrote this book off Who Would Murder Taylor. So he wanted to do a short scene, like a short movie off a short film off uh his book. So I played the the uncle's
Hmm.
niece, and then pretty much the backstory is like the Taylor was like this really rich guy, and he wasn't really a good person. So I went and then I murdered him and then took his money. So that was like the backstory of it. But it's really cool because I finally got my first IMDb credit for that.
It's amazing. And then where can people see that trailer?
So what? Oh, you could see it on Santa Fe Fashion Week's YouTube channel.
Okay. And Google that or research that, right?
Who would murder a tailor?
Hmm.
Paris Maze, or you can Who Would Murder a Taylor Santa Fe Fashion Week on YouTube or on IMDb.
And then how did you find out about that role? Did someone tell you to audition for it, or did you just somehow run into it project?
Um, it was Santa Fe Fashion Week. So the owner of Santa Fe Fashion Week, his name's Stephen Cuomo. He knew the director, and the director worked with. I've done scene studies with him before, so he reached out and he wanted me to go ahead and do that short film. So we collaborated and did the short film.
That's amazing. And where was it filmed at?
He, near Santa Fe, kind of. Um, like it was in the director's house, but it was near Santa Fe, so it was like kind of in a really deserty area. It was a cool area.
Yeah, by looking at the trailer, I kind of saw it. There's some trees and some foresty areas.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing that you did it. So, are you auditioning for any other roles as well?
Um, yes, I actually had my first edition today. Um, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to talk about it.
Right, I understand. Don't talk about it if you
Yeah.
did it.
But yeah, it's my first ever edition like as assigned actress. I got it yesterday. I got my edition yesterday. Um, I woke up really early, so I woke up around like 4 a.m. and then started like practicing my lines and stuff. My acting coach also wanted to help me out, help me film the audition, the self-tape. So I went and I did that. And I was a bit worried that I was going to, forget lines and stuff, but from constantly practicing, it was like so much easier just like picking up the lines this time. But I submitted it and I feel I did a good job at it.
And was
Yeah.
it on Zoom?
It was on Actors Access.
Okay.
Yes. So, it wasn't a live edition at all. I know sometimes they do have live editions. It's pretty much you film yourself, a self tape, and then you go ahead and submit it.
Hmm.
So that's what I did
So you
for
just
it.
sat not here, I mean sat there and recorded yourself and
Yes. Yes.
submitted it. That's good. And that's any other auditions that you did? I know you can't talk about them, but is there any other ones you did
That
in?
was my first one, my first ever one. I'm excited for more though, just to see
You know,
what
hopefully you
else
get
there.
more.
Yes.
So I can tell. I think I remember last time you were
Huh,
focused on more on your modeling. You can correct me,
yes.
but now I can tell. Are you more into focusing now more into acting now and kind of putting modeling to the side for now and just focusing more on acting?
I'm trying my best to balance both of them out, I guess.
Hmm.
I try to work hard on both modeling and both acting, but acting for sure puts in a lot more effort for sure. You got to do like daily acting classes and then learn the techniques of
Hmm.
self-tape. There's certain techniques for it. So I guess in a way I've been putting in more for acting because it's more complex in a way
Hmm.
than modeling, for sure.
So
But
how do you?
huh?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Modeling is also complex too with like runways and stuff. But I just feel like there's more to like that you have to learn with acting for sure.
Right.
Mhm.
So I know you're in college. You don't have to say where you're going to college, but
Mhm.
obviously you can understand. But so are you doing acting in college or not? Are you just only focusing on your education? Where do you see yourself in there?
I made the decision to go to university like 2 weeks before like registration started. So right when I got in, because I'm undecided. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I did wanted to do a couple of acting classes when I was there, but when I went to go register, all the acting classes were, filled up. But I am taking a film class. I did register for next semester. I am taking an introduction to acting. Um, but as of right now, I'm not really quite sure. Probably I'm more than likely going to just major in psychology.
Okay. And
Yes.
where do you see yourself in 5 years? I think the last time I remember asking you, and I don't remember
Mhm.
what the answer was, but where do you see yourself in 5 years? When you so with this two examples, like you graduate college. I said high school,
Mhm.
I mean college. And once you get out of college, do you see yourself, potentially, we're gonna say first say you've been getting a lot of roles, lots and lots of roles
Mhm.
from now to now. You never know. I do hope you do, I'm being honest. But when you get so many roles and you graduate college, do you see yourself, once you get your degree, do you see yourself only focusing on the degree, or do you see yourself like a lot of actors do, say, I'm gonna just put my degree to the side, take a chance, and just focus only on my acting because I see myself getting a lot of roles. So where do you see on your view on that?
I think the second option for sure, where I get the degree, put it on the side, and
Hmm.
do acting. Um, that's what I want to do, and I also want to go ahead and move to Santa Fe, which is the capital of New Mexico, and um, put all like my hard work and strength into acting as well as in modeling and just working as hard as I can for a couple of years and just to see how it works for me for sure.
And
So,
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
well, for sure the second option to like keep the degree on the side.
hmm Do you see yourself maybe potentially moving to, New York or LA or a different
I have
state?
Yes, have thought about moving to California. My uncle who lives in Colorado, he does acting and modeling and all the other stuff that I usually do. I was talking to him about it and he said that he wanted to move to California as well and that he was inviting me to go with him. And I agreed and I wanted to go with him, but if he doesn't, I probably want to stay in Santa Fe for a while and
hmm
then try and make my way to California for sure, like Los Angeles.
For acting, right? The film
Mhm.
is growing in Arizona and New Mexico, all the way to Colorado, and all these states. So it's amazing.
Mhm.
So, and but yeah, Santa Fe. I did not know Santa Fe was the capital of New Mexico.
Yes.
I thought it was Albuquerque. So
Is that
I get
Albuquerque is the biggest city in New Mexico.
okay, so I guess I was wrong. So um but do you have any other modeling project coming up? I know you said you're just not focused on more your acting, but do you have any modeling projects or
No, just a couple of photo shoots coming up. I'm doing a high fashion photo shoot. But even so, nothing really major yet, but
Mhm.
I'm hoping.
So
Um,
what's your advice for people who are watching this later on who wants to get into modeling, who wants to get in acting? What's your advice for them, especially for a male or female, especially a female who wants to get modeling? Like, what's your advice for them? Like, I know a lot of them, and you can correct me again, I know a lot of them have a fear. It's like, oh, am I good enough? Or am I, how's my look, my hair or my makeup or my clothing or, am I a good height? And I know that's questionable, right? In modeling, right? Like, can I go down the walkway on Broadway, do the walkway and
Mhm.
turn around? Like, what's your advice for people, especially for women?
Yeah, I say don't look down upon yourself. Still take the risk because I'm 4'11". I'm 4'11". You don't have to be tall to be a model. I mean, you could. There's commercial modeling. There's print modeling. There's still like other options around it. Networking. Networking is also very very good. Trying to meet as much people, you know, and networking. I say just um go for it, you know? You never know. Like I didn't when I first started modeling, I didn't know how I was gonna do. I didn't know how to pose like at all. I knew nothing about posing. But once I did the first couple of photo shoots, I started to get more comfortable with it. And that's like one of my guest tips. Just go for it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. If you want to make your dreams come true, just don't you can't be scared to put yourself out there and
Right.
network, and that's pretty much the gateway is just believing yourself for sure.
hmm And you said talk about posing. Did you teach
Mhm,
yourself, or did a professional photographer teach you that, or did another model teach you that, or how do you tell someone, especially a young
mhm,
or any middle-aged woman or any adult woman,
mhm,
tell them to go out there and stand by a tree or a pole,
mhm.
the street and pose. For me, it'd be like, wait, you want me to pose? I'm standing in the middle of the street. No way, right? So
Yeah,
would you make someone feel comfortable is like, and it's kind of awkward. You're like, yeah, go in the middle of the street and pose. You're like, all these people in cars are looking at me, right? So
yeah.
how do you like tell them to feel comfortable and how do you pose?
Okay, you need to put yourself in a mindset that like you're the top model, that you're just so amazing. This is literally what I do. I literally before the shoot, I put myself in this like mindset. I know it takes a while. Um Listening to like music, like pumped up music also helps too. It just brings the confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Posing in front of the mirror is also like your bestest friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would like what helped me. Looking up poses on Pinterest as well. YouTube videos is what helped, but it's getting yourself in that mindset, that um energetic, confident mindset is what does it. And then you got to put yourself like in this mindset, like if you're going to pose and there's other people, don't worry about these other people, only worry about the shoot. Because if you're too focused worried about other people, it ruins the shoot. That's how I was in the beginning. um I was so scared to shoot in front of other people that I was nervous, and then when I saw the photos, you could see that I was nervous. But then the second time I shot inside a cafe, and of course there's like workers and stuff, and I put myself in this mindset they don't matter. The only thing that matters is this photo shoot, and confidence is key. Um, yeah, just don't it's I know it's very like um easy to say, but another thing is for sure it's going to be awkward your first time. It's going to be awkward for the first time. But I feel like the more you do it, the more easier it gets as time goes
Okay.
on.
That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good. And then you just pose and it's just focus on the moment, right?
Yes, yes.
And also, is it? I know you can correct me as well. Is it true that the model picks the scenery outside, or is it both the photographer and the model?
It's both. Sometimes I'll come up with an idea of being like, oh, like a deserty photo shoot would be really cool. I'm gonna go ask this photographer if he wants to shoot it. Or sometimes I'll have photographers contact me being like, hey, let's go shoot in a cafe and do like a French themed photo shoot. And so usually it's like it works like both ways, I believe.
Right. And then,
Mhm.
so, and then now you're like, you're doing modeling and now you're switching to acting. And, you know, how, how is it for you? And I know a lot of most models and have difficult because now they have to get their mindset. It's like, okay, now I'm not posing. I'm not doing a photo shoot. I'm actually have to walk and speak a line. And
Mhm.
how do you get your mindset into like that moment?
I usually put myself I relate to the character. I try to relate to character. And when I'm doing a character, I try to put it in a situation that I was in before, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
So, okay, I'm playing this character and here's this other person that I'm talking to. I'm gonna picture that the person is someone else that I know in real life, kind of. Yeah. That's on that. So I would pretty much put the scene into like someone I'm actually talking to in real life that I actually know. That okay, this is actually happening. Does that make sense a
Yes,
bit?
yes.
Yeah. I try to relate it to my real life experiences.
Hmm.
There. That's how I word it. I try to relate it to my real life experiences. If
Right.
that doesn't work, I listen to music that relates
Helps
to
you.
the character. I know there's an actor that talked about doing that helps you get into the character. Listening to music that relates to the character. Also, I method acting too. Kind not overdoing the method acting, but it helps with emotional scenes for sure.
Hmm.
Emotional scenes. Um, so yeah, that's yeah.
That's true. I had to ask you because a lot of people are wondering, what it's like to go into modeling and then switch to go into acting, and like, and for
Mhm.
like you have to decide which career you're gonna go, right? And so
Mhm.
when I said career, back follow-up question is when if you had to choose between modeling or acting, which I know this is a difficult question right now, but which one would you 100% choose right now? Like if
Why?
I know it's a difficult question right now, but if you were given a choice to like choose,
Mhm.
okay, I am really gonna 100% just drop modeling, I'm done with it, and focus on acting, would you do that, or would you just still continue to do both? I know there's a lot of actors out there in the industry that does both, but every model and every actress is different. Some do only acting. They're like,
Mhm.
okay. And the same, it's male and female, by the way. Some of them are like, I'm done, right? I'm going to only do acting, or I'm done. I'm only going to do modeling. So for you, which one would you choose? Like, if you had to choose.
I that is a very difficult this is a question because modeling means so much to me and so does acting. Um uh I honestly wouldn't be able to choose.
Right.
I feel like I would go more far with acting
Hmm.
because the film industry is so big here in New Mexico compared to modeling is more dominant in New York City for sure. Um, if that kind of answers the question, but I probably wouldn't be able to pick one.
Right. No, I totally understand because
Uh-huh.
you basically telling me that you're telling us, the audience, the answer is like you from me, you can correct me. You're telling the audience and me, especially you are the one as yourself,
Mhm.
you are going to take both paths. You're taking both careers with you.
Mhm.
Because I think it's amazing that models and actors can do that. Male and female can take both paths and still combine it together and still focus on one career and the other career.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. So, and like I said, I saw your IMDb page. I saw your credit. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I wanted to have you back on my show to talk about your short trailer. And was it cold, by the way? I mean, you were wearing a jacket and jeans, and I mean, it must have been.
It was in January, I believe. I think it was a little chilly.
Yeah, right. Was there snow?
No, it was all desert. That's how it
Oh,
is here in
okay.
New Mexico. And I guess that's how it is in Arizona too.
Right, right. It is. So you
Mhm.
just, yeah, I could tell you were dressed warm and just did your scene. And it was really your
Mhm.
cabin scene, you opened the door and you went in. So it's really nice.
Mhm.
And then of course you did another audition. And so, I can't wait to hear more of your projects that you're gonna
Yes.
do and your upcoming career in your acting. I can't wait to hear about it. And of course, you will, of course, I know this is your second time on my show. I will mention this. I forgot to give you the IMDb credit on the first time, but I will give it to you
Oh.
on this one as well. So,
Okay.
I appreciate you being on my show. It means a lot. And
Of course.
can't wait. Like I said, I can't wait for more projects. And and you were up since 4 o'clock this morning, right?
Yeah, so it's been a long day, and then tomorrow I got a French exam, and then I'm hosting a film festival for a high school. So
Oh, so
tired.
you're hosting a film festival for high school.
Yeah, it's just a little film festival that they do. So it's just a little tiny project. I'm excited for it though, because I used to attend that high school last year. And
Wow, that's amazing. And
mhm.
before I let you go, how does your teachers feel about you being an actress now? Well, trying to become an upcoming actress, and you're a model now.
She's really supportive and proud of me. She's trying to help me with get into like internships. for film. Um, I always try to keep in contact with her and stuff. Because I still have friends that go to that high school, and then sometimes if they do like film contests or film festivals, I'll go and support them, and then I'll see my film teacher there.
Mhm.
She's very supportive for
That's
sure,
good.
and if she sees like a project or an opportunity related to like school wise or internship wise, she will send it to me. So
Wow.
she's a really good teacher, yeah.
That's good. That's good. Congratulations, of course. And I hope for the best tomorrow. And again, I can't wait to have you back on my show and get some sleep. I'm sorry I didn't know you were up so this morning.
That's okay.
Um,
That's okay.
and again, thank you for coming on my show. And I do appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we'll stay in touch. And I can't wait to have you.
For sure. I hope you have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
All
Bye bye.
right. Bye.